Howdy and welcome on back to East Texas Now. My name's Hannah Johnson and thank you for joining me. And yes, we're talking heart health because it is so important. Yes, February is Heart Health Awareness Month, but this is something we should be talking about year round. But while it is Awareness Month, let's talk about it. Let's put it on a pedestal, give it the attention it needs. Joining us now is Jamie Moore, and I'm going to pull up her camera with us and her microphone. There we go.
Yay.
You are the regional director for the cardiovascular services at Christus Health, and you're all decked in red. You can't see it on the camera here, but all the way down to the shoes,
Right.
in honor, of course, Heart Health Awareness Month. Now, we're talking many things, but starting off with heart health, I think there's this really big understatement about how women can be ignored. We were just talking off the screen moments ago about what I've found out the other day, what whiny women syndrome. And I know, I see you even, the words itself is just like, okay, for those who don't know, walk us through what this is and how this could be an issue for women and their heart health.
So, and women we typically put ourselves off. Heart Month gives us the opportunity to raise awareness and to know the statistics, right?
Right.
Heart disease is the number one killer of women. And we don't always see that or recognize that. It's 1 out of every 3 women will die from heart disease, which is quite profound if you think about it.
Is
1
very.
of 3. That is, all cancers combined do not amount to that. So of all the cancers that women have, breast cancer, all of those cancers combined do not equate to the amount of women that will die from heart disease. So it's a very understated, it's always been known as a man's disease.
Yeah.
And so research typically has always been towards men instead of women. But Heart Month and awareness and those things are changing that. And to your point, the whiny, the anxiety.
Yes.
Women know when their heart's not right.
They know when something's off.
Something is off. And so those are the things that we're trying to put out there for awareness. The signs, the symptoms. Women don't always experience the same signs and symptoms as a man. So a man may have like that clutching chest that you've seen or an elephant sitting on his chest, and women often present differently with like left arm weakness or profound fatigue, which we're often tired and they're like, but it is a profound fatigue. Many people equate it to like this, like feeling like the flu.
Yes.
Or nausea, back pain. But we're the caregivers, and so we think we're not always taking care of ourselves. We're always taking care of someone else. And so that, too, is why it's one of the number 1 killers of women.
The smile and bear it syndrome, I would like to call
Yes.
it, because we put it down, we hold it down, holding on to that pain, or just putting it to the side, and I'll get to it later because I got other things to do.
I've got other people to take care of.
Bingo.
Yes.
Bingo. Now, what are some of the things that we need to look out for? You had mentioned how there's symptoms that women usually experience rather than men do. What are some of the things early on that we can catch or just
Sure.
kind of keep an eye out on for?
Yeah, because those would be things more of an acute, like in a heart attack type kind of situation that you're
Right.
looking for. But on the daily, looking at your risk factors, what's modifiable and what's not modifiable. So we cannot change our race, our age, our DNA, our family history. Unfortunately, we cannot change those things. So we have to focus on the things that we can change. We can change our diets, our exercise, knowing your numbers, your blood pressure, cholesterol. Those are the things that we should focus on, are the things that we can change. And we say it all the time that women should know their numbers. And again, that's knowing your blood pressure. Most women over 40 or even, hormone changes. Those, also make us at higher risk. And a lot of women, 50, 60 years old, ask them what their husband's blood pressure normally runs and they can tell you.
Yes.
But if you ask them what their blood pressure is, they oftentimes cannot tell you because we are the caregivers and we don't always take care of ourselves.
And you had mentioned those hormonal changes, which go back to those other symptoms, that fatigue, the weariness, the heat, the hot flashes, or just the changing of the temperature in general, sensitivity. All of those things, we see just kind of develop or make themselves known for many of other conditions. I know it can be at times tough to talk to your doctor about what you're facing, and then having going through the rigmarole of is it this, is it that, or the other. But heart health is, I know, something that y'all are putting on the forefront. And even with this education opportunity that y'all have and y'all are
Yes.
providing, this is a really cool scholarship. It's the Women with Heart Scholarship Contest, which the deadline is today. Walk me through what this scholarship is
know.
and the importance of education.
So we've been partnering with KLTV for quite so many years now, but this is a educational opportunity that our seniors, our high school kids, that when they graduate, as long as they're a senior, they can participate. We ask them to create a short video on awareness on heart health or women's heart health awareness, prevention, what to do during an acute phase, those kind of things. And these seniors are so creative, but they're also our future leaders. And so we're teaching them, not only are they going after a scholarship, right, but they're also they're making an impact in the community. They're seeing that their moms and their grandmas and their sisters and their nieces, they're all affected, but they're also educating all of them. So these kids create a video. Those videos are then turned in and they are brought down to the top 5. This year 6, because they could not get the 200 videos down to 5, but there's the top 6. They are on the KLTV website. We encourage you to go onto the website and vote for your favorite. It ends at midnight tonight. Okay. So they need to go today and vote until midnight tonight. The top scholarship will be $5,000 for the senior. Then there's $2,500, $1,500. They get but the biggest impact is the conversation.
Yes.
Our favorite parts of the video are when they're saying, "Did you know that heart disease is the number 1 killer of women? Because I did not know that."
Yeah.
That is very profound for us because that is making an impact. And so these seniors are out there and they're so creative.
Well, it goes back to that stat that you told us, that which is so hard to conceptualize, that 1 in 3. So, I mean, there's 6 women in here in this room right now. Math. 2 of them
Right.
could have a heart condition and not even know it. And you mentioned that, it's also the conversations that they're having as they're learning with the family members that they have, with the friends that they have, because it's going to be someone because women know lots of women.
Well, and they're out getting votes, right? So
Right,
they're
yes.
thinking, I need votes. And as they're getting those votes, that's more people that are viewing, more people that are educated, more awareness. Because as much as, I love being a nurse and we love taking care of our patients, we would not be good stewards and good advocates if we were not trying to keep people from having to go to the hospital and be
Right.
patients in the hospital. So, it's part of our goal is prevention, and awareness is the beginning of that.
So tonight's the deadline for voting. How many entries do you have?
We currently have, you mean in total?
Yeah, how many did you get in total?
We'd had over 200 throughout the Northeast Texas region.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, yeah. So it is quite amazing to see, and it's so hard. The judges always come back to us and go, we're having such a hard time getting us down to these because they're so good. So we will, for those kids that are not in the top 5 or even the ones, we will be using their videos still, though.
Absolutely.
Throughout East Texas, through our clinics, through the hospitals, on social media blogs and stuff. So, because they're still spreading awareness and they're still, educating on women's heart disease.
Dwindling it down to that select group, what were some of the requirements for the judges to kind of okay, maybe not this one, maybe not this one?
I know.
Is that something you can share with us?
No, it is.
Okay.
So we just want them, again, education, prevention, signs and symptoms, and again, creativity. We see a lot of connection. We see them connect a lot with their family members on these videos as well, or friends, or loved ones that they didn't realize. Mom had heart failure. I did not realize what heart failure really was until I went in and started studying this. So that to me is pretty neat too. That they're connecting. And they're connecting the dots. And they're our future leaders. They're our future
Absolutely.
healthcare providers, and they're the ones that can bring those numbers down, bring those statistics where they need to be.
Now, after voting comes to an end today, what's coming up next Tuesday?
Oh, yes. Next Tuesday at Christus Trinity Mother Francis at the Heart Hospital lobby, 7:30 in the morning. All of the kids will be there, schools, principals, everyone's invited to come, and they will announce the winners of the scholarship.
The top 3.
And they will show the videos as well.
Oh, I
So,
love that. Because not only you get to see who's winning, but also the work that they did to
Yes.
win that award.
And for them also, we have a woman honoree for the year, and she will be there, and so they will be able to see their why.
Have you announced who that person is, the honoree?
Yes, and she is, her video is out there as well.
Okay.
And so, very, very sweet lady, and she actually was at an event where we were spreading awareness at the Broadway Square Mall last year, and she said she listened just like the conversation that we're having about the tingling and the profound fatigue, and she actually woke up in the middle of the night having those symptoms, and she said all she could remember was seeing us on the stage at the Broadway Square Mall talking about don't put it off, know your signs and symptoms. And she said, I thought, this is the signs and symptoms they were talking about. And sure enough, she went to the hospital and she was having a heart attack.
Oh
and
my
so
gosh.
she did very well, and she said it was these events and this conversation that saved my life.
Proof that awareness matters.
Yes.
And makes a difference.
Yes, and so that's why we
Goodness.
want them to see that their videos count.
Yes,
They
absolutely.
don't just count for a scholarship, they're counting for an impact.
Life-saving impact.
know.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you want us to know before we wrap up today?
No, just know your numbers. Please know that you can go to, I'm going to throw it out there, you can go to christushealth.org, risk assessment, and you can take a heart risk assessment, and it will tell you what your risk is and help connect you with a primary care physician or a cardiologist if needed. And there's also some information on how to do CPR, and there is information on how to do screenings and what tests are available if you have concerns.
So a lot of different resources that
Yes,
are
lots of
easily
good
available.
resources.
Again, this is Jamie Moore joining us from Christus Health, highlighting Heart Health Awareness Month, Heart Health for Women, and of course that scholarship.
Yay.
The deadline to vote coming up later tonight, so definitely go check it out. Women with Heart Scholarship, the video contest on y'all's website.
Yes, and on KLTV.
That's right. KLTV.com, KTRE.com. Go vote.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. We appreciate you.